Hi guys, welcome to another video. Suri here. I just wanted to talk about why it's important to spar people of all levels. Now, pros do this all the time. They might spar beginners, you know, when they're just in a group class, and then they will spar their like teammates, part of their gym. Because when you're sparring someone of a lower level to you, you can try things and you can work on your defense, whatnot, or whatever you're focusing on in that moment. You don't have to worry too much about making mistakes because it's not serious. Both, like, there should be good communication that both of you are there to learn, right? Because then when you're sparring someone of a similar level to you, maybe it gets more competitive. You're both trying to better each other, but also trying to get one on another, like trying to score on each other because it's so close, you know, in levels. It's almost like a fight scenario without the power. And then obviously the higher level, when you fight in a pro, like for me, if I'm sparring a pro, it's obviously much more difficult. So you're literally just repping out rounds to try and get better and see what works and implement what you've learned, basically. And that will help you level up in the long run. Even if you get beaten up by a pro in sparring, it's, you know, it's a good sign that obviously you're trying to punch above your weight, and that's what training's good for if you're aspiring to be a better martial artist and stuff like that. Obviously size comes into this. It's good to spar different sizes again, because you might, you know, if you're fighting or doing an interclub, you might fight someone much taller, much smaller. There's always videos that are popular about how can I fight someone that's bigger than me or much taller than me. So when you apply these things to an actual sparring session where someone's actually much taller than you, you can learn what works and what doesn't. And this is the same for the smaller guy. It's different fighting a smaller person to you, because you need to adjust your style to that person. You might have to change it and see what works and what doesn't. You know, you might get caught out by something from a tall person that might not necessarily be the same for the small person, because it's just a different scenario. So that's also something to factor in. But yeah, I just thought I wanted to talk about that, guys, because maybe as a beginner, I used to be, you know, bit intimidated, sparring different people, like different levels. It is like, oh, should I be sparring this person? Obviously, sometimes there's people that can't control themselves. Now that's a different issue in itself, especially if they're much bigger than you. That's almost a red flag, to be honest. And you know, if you've communicated already, then okay, they might slow down. But if they're still doing the same thing, then maybe sparring isn't, you know, you can call it quits for that day, because it's, you know, better to be able and, you know, not injuring yourself or risking injuring yourself, you know. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys.